Welcome to our latest Party Poker Mosconi Cup live player announcement. Jeremy Jones is with me to reveal his first wildcard to join Justin Bergman on Team USA, and that player will be with us very shortly as well. But first, Jeremy, I know you've had some guys in for training camps in the last couple of weeks. Just tell us a little bit about that, who you've had in and how that's gone.
Well, we had Corey Deuel and Chris Robinson in this past week. Everything went great. Actually, probably better than expected. Which is a good thing. Kind of a little scary, but because I want the guys to feel a little uncomfortable, of course, when you're training. But it went really well. Got another three players coming in over the next 2 weeks, and then we'll do more of it in September, of course. But man, it went really well so far, Nick.
What have you been doing with the guys?
Well, I consider these guys like when I played. They're all professionals. So I expect them to have a certain degree of accountability, of course, for their game. And in saying that, it's more like I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. Might say that too often, but really give these guys a little better mental outlook and just train them in a way to remind them how great they are. I think athletes, you don't push for the moment. The moment's coming. So like I said before, just kind of trying to give them a little better perspective. If I see a little something physical, usually you can fix the physical with these guys with just some mental notes. So, a lot of balls being hit, of course, but it's kind of simple training, believe it or not.
I know you've got 7 players coming in. One of them, Justin Bergman's already made the team. That leaves 6 players fighting for 4 spots. So what are you looking for them? What will they be doing that might help them get on the team?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's easy to tell what kind of effort the guys are putting in. That means a lot, which I don't expect anything less than a hell of a lot of effort. But I'll see some quality, see a temperament, and I would say something of a training discipline that I believe is going to hold up under big pressure. And that's kind of like what these guys want to do, anyways. They want to shine in the pressure moments.
And of course, with no big tournaments being played at the moment, is this the best way for you to assess who's in stroke?
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, that's the best we can do. We do have one tournament that I think is going to go off in Iowa that the state's doing really well. And it's some great pool room owners that are always on top of things. So that's actually going to be a tournament that's right before our last pick at the end of September. So I'm not saying that, that's the gleaming moment of getting picked, but at least we'll get to see the guys in some kind of pressure for sure.
And a little bit of pressure for yourself and Joey Gray as well, because you've got 2 top quality players joining what was a winning team last year. So it's going to be a really tough call for these 4 players.
Yeah, well, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago that, the 2 additional from last year's team, Corey and Chris, they're right there on the rankings. Corey's been on many teams winning and losing. Chris is a guy that's trending. You and I had talked behind the scenes that we both feel he's going to be a Mosconi Cup player one day. And I kind of feel like it could be one day soon. So I think it's a good thing. I think all of them kind of push each other and make the team better.
Well, without revealing any names just yet, just tell us, this player we're announcing today, what qualities do they bring to the team?
Well, it's kind of transcended a little bit, really. The player has, he's been a winner for a long time. He's winning on bigger stages now over the last couple years, trending also in a great direction. And, without him trying to admit it, kind of leaning on him to be a little leadership role with his his training, his personality, and of course his kind of free spirit, you might call him.
So come on, Jeremy, break the news for us. Who is your first wild card for Team USA?
Well, you call it a wild card. I don't think it's that wild of a pick myself. I don't think anyone else will think that as well. But 2-time MVP Skylar Woodward is going to be the first addition to the team with Justin Bergman.
Skylar Woodward, he's the man, I'll tell you.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Paid a plot in my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding niggas out of line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably dollar sign. Got the energy to win it, my nigga, I'm feeling great. Got a date with Destiny, focusing on my fate. I don't give a fuck what you rapping, you better fake.
So Skylar Woodward returns to Team USA. The two-time MVP is back in the Stars and Stripes, and he's with us now. Skylar, how's it feel?
Oh man, it's unbelievable feeling really to make the Mosconi Cup. It's the greatest pool event of the year. So just to make the team and represent my country is an amazing feeling.
Of course, back-to-back MVP in both of Team USA's last wins. What is it about the Mosconi Cup that just brings out the absolute best in you?
I don't know. I like the environment and the crowd, and I've always liked like team events. So it kind of pumps me up, gets me, makes me want to like play my best and make sure I'm in top form to perform.
And we are 4 months yet from the Mosconi Cup, so how are you going to make sure you are in top form between now and then without that many tournaments to play?
Really just do like the same thing I do every year, just without competitions, just practice a lot and stay active doing things like I've been playing a little bit of golf and I play with the baby, of course. So I'm staying active, even though not playing as much pool as I was, but I'm still playing enough now to stay in stroke. And I'll just play more and more before Mosconi, so I make sure I'm ready.
Well, yeah, of course, something's a little bit different this year. You're a dad this time around. Does that add a little bit more responsibility for you, but also a bit more motivation?
Yeah, for sure. I don't feel like I want to win for myself anymore. I want to win for me and my son, me and my family. So yeah, it's a lot different. So, but feel like it could create some like more incentive to win more.
How have you been adapting to life as a father?
I don't know how to explain it. It kind of just happens. You just kind of get in the flow of it. It's different for sure. Go from never changing diapers to changing diapers and feeding the baby all the time and playing with him. You got to hold him while he sleeps. Yeah, it's great. I mean, he's a great baby.
And thinking back at the Mosconi Cup, last year was all about repeat or revenge. It's now though been 15 years since USA did a three-peat. How much would it mean to you to go and achieve that in London this year?
Oh man, I mean the first win 2 years ago in London was really it felt like the best win of my life or like ever. So really to win it 3 times in a row, win it twice was sweet too, but then to win it 3 times would be great because I played 5 times now. I lost the first 3 years, so winning that first one was like, man, are we ever going to win again? And then we win, and it's like it was the best feeling.
And last year you got to make the winning 9-ball. I think those last few shots you really savoured the moment and played to the crowd a little bit as well. Just reflect on that for us for a moment.
Oh man, the 4-ball laying in the corner when he tried to kick behind the 4 and thinned it and it laid in the corner. I was just like, all right, I just got to draw back and miss. If I miss the 8, I'm perfect, and it's over. The 9's laying on the side, and so I took a break and went and took a drink of water, went back, and just cinched the 4-ball and made sure I missed the 8-ball. And I knew it as soon as I missed it, it was perfect. And I was I don't know. I just had to make that lap around the table before I made the 9.
And just to go back to your captain, Jeremy, Skylar, he's been instrumental the last couple of years, and you said it yourself, he's not much of a wild card, really, is he? Skylar was always going to make the team, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless the baby really, baby issue, the baby got a hold of him and he couldn't leave. But yeah, we expected him to be part of the team, and just reflecting on what he said about that last combination, it wasn't a premature celebration when you know you've gotten it done. And Skylar, he talked about playing filler for a couple of days. I was rooming with him, and we kind of picked out their order pretty well and kind of put Skylar in that spot. And he's going to be in big moments again, so I can't wait to see him play.
How good is it for you as a captain to have a player like that who's saying to you, no, put me in against their number one guy, and then who actually goes out and does the job as well?
Yeah, that's great. I was on several teams playing, and quite honestly, we had a lot of good victories, but we had a lot of close ones. So I was in some situations where it was almost hard for our captains to find a player that was looking for that moment sometimes, because it is a huge moment. And I think Skylar could even tell you yourself in the first year of 2018 when Shane was playing that last match. And he struggled early in that last match against Kazakis, I think it was. Skylar was behind us, and we were telling him, hey, go hit some balls. And you never know, you might play the hill. And Skylar's like, what? I thought Shane was playing the hill. So, without thinking about it, you can get caught up in that moment. But now, Skylar's a pretty seasoned young man, so I think he's ready to be put in whenever we ask him to.
Skylar, last word to you. I mentioned about it being a Team USA three-peat, but how about an MVP three-peat this year?
Oh, man. I mean, the win's big enough. But getting an MVP, just knowing that I helped the team like as much as possible. That makes me feel even like better, that. But shoot, if I get MVP 3 times, what Neil's got it like 3 or 4 times, I got to try to break the record. I got to try to beat him. But just a win would be enough. It would be enough for me just to win again. But MVP would be great.
Well, Skylar, Neil's got 4 MVPs, and I think you've got a few years on your side as well there, so you never know. Skylar, congratulations again. We very much look forward to welcoming you to London later in the year for the Mosconi Cup. Skylar, Jeremy, thank you so much for your time. JJ, we'll see you again in a couple of weeks for another Team USA announcement. It's Europe's turn next week, but for now, goodbye.
Get it all, we gon' get it all. Got the vision in our scopes, gonna stumble, gonna fall. Can't give up is what we made for, try again and we gon' ball.